party is a party of principles. For the party of Kennedy is also the party of Islam. The party of Javits is also the party of Goldwater. Where is our party? Where is the political party that will make it unnecessary to march on Washington?
Emily.
Where is the political party that will make it unnecessary to march?
Okay. For real.
Yeah, for real.
Okay. I know Rose Oginga. Rose.
Rose Oginga, Florida.
Miles.
Miles Munisi, 7-8 student from Bethel.
Okay. Enoch Biwot. Hi.
Hi. Enoch Biwot from Kenya.
Okay. Dennis.
Nairobi.
Okay, Nairobi, Kenya. Dennis.
Yeah. LA, Nairobi, Kenya.
Okay, so what's LA?
LA, it's Langata.
Oh.
I was just making fun because of you guys. Most guys
yeah, I know
in
LA
the
is
States, yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
so
yeah. Just reminded me.
Okay, good. Galaxy J4 Plus.
This is James from Washington State. Hi, how are you doing, Mark?
Good, long time, James.
It's been a while,
Karibu sana.
Asante sana.
And then there's a gentleman who has a video on Galaxy J. Is it J4 Plus?
Festus from Nyeri, Kenya.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then there's Jones. I hope it's Jones, right? Jones.
Yes, it's Jones. Hello, everyone. Jones from Kenya. Nairobi,
Okay.
Kenya.
Okay. Then there's Claire.
Claire from Kenya.
Okay. Okay. This is Fardosa Rashid.
Fardosa Rashid from Garissa, Kenya, Northeastern region.
Okay. Then there's Paul Emison.
From Nairobi, Kenya.
Okay. Vivian Mudoni Irungu.
Vivian from Nairobi, Kenya.
Okay. And of course, Emily said that she's able to talk, but she's from Albany. It's Albany, New York. So, Mutemba, you ready?
Yes. I think we can start.
Okay. So I think you have made you the co-host. Okay. Okay, good. So we can start. So the session is yours.
Okay, so I don't know whether we start with introduction. You have already done that.
Yeah.
But you can introduce yourself because you are the main person here.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for joining us. My name is Uma Makoma. Geoffrey is my name. I don't use it more often than I use the other ones. So originally from Kenya, born raised in Kenya, came here, lived in Washington State, then moved to Virginia, DC area. That's where I live now. And so I happen to be the CEO of 7-8, which is a tech company meant to help upskilling. We're trying to build or to bridge a tech gap that exists among the African community. So main focus is to support African community to make sure that they're able to keep up to the tech, and of course make them more relevant to meet the current needs of the market and the trends, thanks to the invention of AI and of course the trends in tech industry. So that's me. And so in our training we do analytics, we do data science, and of course coding classes that we do for the kids. So that's it about me. Of course, I'm a married man. I have a family of 2 kids, and I live with them here.
Okay, so before I ask you another question, many Kenyans right now are interested And I don't think it's just Kenyans. I think many people right now they are thinking of ways to join tech industries, even when they are doing some other professionals. What is your advice to the people who want to join this tech industry? Be it they are in nursing, they are in teaching, they are in other careers, but now they want to change into tech industry.
So my advice would be, whether you're in tech or not in tech, your work, your life, what you eat, how you live, how you travel is affected by technology. So the best you can do now is to embrace it. It depends on how much you want to embrace it, and how much it affects your life. But again, of the day, you have to embrace it. Embrace it in either learning it, keeping to the trends, okay, or just getting into a forum like, for example, what we are now, so that you can also hear from other people who are in tech. Like I'm lucky that I see some guys already in tech doing almost what we're doing, and they're going to be very important in this session because we're going to listen to them. So just don't be left out. Be ready to embrace tech.
Okay, and in emerging technologies like AI now that is coming up, which jobs do you think will be increasingly important in the next few years?
Yes, yes. Thank you so very much for that. So anything, tech and digital transformation will be very important. In this, I mean, you may want to be in a profession that involve analytical work, technical work, that involves collaboration, that involves things to do with cyber security. Please. When you join, if you don't mind, please mute. Please mute. Maurice. Okay, so can we get him muted? Mutembe. Okay, Maurice, okay, he's done. Okay. So what I was saying is that, okay, such jobs that include cybersecurity, the data analytics or data analyst, or machine learning, programming, AI engineers, healthcare informatics, such are things that you should be able to thinking about it if you're not in that area. So those are the jobs that are opening up. And I will tell you that according to the World Economic Forum, they projected that in the next 3 years, that in the next 2025, there are many jobs that are going to be lost. About 97 jobs will be created, but of course, about 80 million jobs will be lost. And in short while, I will let you know which kind of jobs that I think are going to be lost and the ones that are going to be created. But the most important thing, I would say, anything to do with digital transformation, anything to do with the tech, that include being an analyst, being scientists in area of tech, data, and as well as cybersecurity. Those are the things that I think are going to be very important for us.
You've seen that there are some jobs which will be lost. Yeah, that's where many people want to know, because nobody wants to start a course that in future you will be rendered redundant. So which kind of jobs are these ones that people should be scared of?
So for me, I would say anything that is affected by tech, you are at risk. It's not a problem because maybe you learn the trends, the tech wasn't that as strong as it is now. But if you should be worried, if you are working as data entry clerks, if you're working as administration and executive secretary, you should be worried. You should be worried if you're working as a general manager or operation manager. You should be worried if you're working as a customer service clerk or staff. You should also be worried if you're working in those places that involve stock taking, bookkeeping departments, and of course, if you're working in assembly and factory work station. So those are things that will be affected. Right now, there's automation coming up, and also there are most of the jobs that I've just mentioned will be done by either bots or I would say AI, okay, or they will be automated to be done through these technologies. That does not require you as a person to do them. So those are the kind of jobs that are meant to be replaced, and anyone who is that area should be really worried about them. They may not, it will take time. It doesn't have to happen like between now and tomorrow. But again, as you work in those areas, be worried that, something going to happen to your job. So you may think of maybe complementing what you're doing right now or switching to something that is more lucrative. And if you give me a chance, I will explain some of the things that I think, some of the jobs that are expected to grow in the next 2 years from now. So something like IoT, Internet of Things, that is being, especially that area, that's a good thing. Anything in information security analysis, if you're working in that area, or that's the area you think about, that will be the best thing to do. Anything in AI, machine learning, as a specialist or as a programmer, that's a job that it's going to be demand in the next 2 years. Anything in digital transformation, something on data analytics, data scientist, okay, or specialist. Those are things that jobs that are expected to grow in the next coming years. And of course, if you're working in big data analytics, you're working as a process automation, those are the jobs that are expected to grow. So anything revolving around data, security or cybersecurity in that matter, anything to do with machine learning, AI, good. These are the jobs that we expect to grow according to, of course, World Economic Forum, which published its last year, and this we're expecting to happen in the next 2 years.
Okay, and for Kenyans who want now to maybe try and join this industry, there is a guy there who is a general manager, but now since his job is in Bibo, they are thinking of doing this data analytics, cybersecurity. What are the processes? What are the qualifications? And for your company, I think you deal with them. How are they supposed to approach you guys?
So for me, the ways through which somebody can get into this kind of tech world, either as somebody who would never been in anywhere close to tech, straight from college or high school, and then you want to pursue this as a career, then you start from just doing the basic. When during my time, we would see people go for computer packages. They used to call the computer what? Computer, I don't know what the word they used to call, but people used to, after high school, they would go to those computer packages. So right now, it's no longer about packages. Anyone who has just finished high school, if you didn't get a chance to learn anything in tech when you're in high school or in primary school, the only way you can do it is just after high school. Don't wait. Even if you're thinking of going to college, start doing something in tech. And I'm talking about something in data, whether it's going to be data science, data analysis, anything close to that. The machine learning, AI, do it. Now, you may want to pursue this because you learn this to become data analyst, and then you can become data scientist or engineer or senior data scientist and all that. So it takes time, but you can grow that to be getting into that career. And for me, I think skill is more important. I'm not saying that not going to school is a problem, but I'm saying skill is very important. When you finish college, you have your degree or you have your whatever you have, what is the skill that you get? So building this skill when you straight from high school gives you upper hand and competitive edge over your peers who are still going through the same process. So that is one. Another one is you can use this tech. So I'll give you an example. Accountant or accounting personnel are also another group of people who are also in that category of jobs that are going to be replaced or displaced in the next coming years. So if you're working as an accountant, you can complement these skills. You can use these skills to complement what you're doing. So for example, you become, you work through this training, okay, and it does have to be, us, it can be anyone, it can be online, whatever you want. But you can easily transit from being just accountant, finance guy to financial analyst. Okay, so that gives you another edge over people who are doing it. So that's how you can easily move. So you start from high school, you go through that process of becoming, pursuing a career or using this to complement to what you're doing. Another thing is switching from whatever you're doing, straight to, let's say you've been working as operation manager, for example, and you're doing thing anywhere there's a niche where you can use tech to complement what you're doing, then you may want to start all over. In our training, we have people, those three kind of people who like the switching career from what they're doing. I've had people who were nurses, they're switching into tech. Okay, so you can switch, but that doesn't mean that whatever you're doing that will come in handy at one point, because first you develop some soft skill, which I think I'll explain in this session. You've developed some soft skill that are very important. So for me, there are many things. It's not about just the technical skill. There's domain skill, there's soft skill that you also need to do. So you may realize that apart from just the soft skill, the technical skill, you also need to get those soft skill. But again, most important thing, the three ways is, for me, I think somebody can get into this. Starting from scratch, switching from what you're doing to another one, or using skills, getting to using this tech to complement what you're doing.
So what kind of skills now should people be learning now?
Yeah, so skills would be different. So let's say there's technical skill. So technical skill is knowing domain, not really domain, but I would say getting the skills that are necessary for this, let me give an example. If you're aspiring to become a data analyst, so you need, such skills like data wrangling. You need such skills like preparation, analysis, okay, collection, visualization, analytical skill, problem solving skill, because they're solving a problem. So you look at a problem, try to break it into smaller pieces and solving it. But that is technical. You also need a domain name. Like if you're working as an analyst, because you could be an analyst working in healthcare, someone's an analyst working in finance, someone's an analyst working in commerce department or whatever, So you also need to understand the domain. You also need to develop this soft skill that I will mention. Communication is very important, because at the day as analyst, your role will be to communicate the insights. So the word is communication. So you need to develop that soft skill under the name communication that will help you communicate the insight to mostly the people who make decision makers. So you need that. As you work in a group, you need to communicate. Like, how do you communicate with your peers? This is very important. So communication skill, and that's exactly like in our training. After technical training, we move to the soft skill part of it, where you learn how to learn, how to communicate. So this product, because remember, we don't talk about just any communication. We talk about technical communication. Talk about communication that deals with that domain. There are some specific words that are used in specific industry, and they're not used in that industry. You are doing the same job. You are doing, working as analysts, but you work in different industry. So that is important. You must develop that. Another one is you have to have problem solving skill. Look at a problem, breaking it down, being able to solve it. Another one, you have to have analytical skill. You can you analyze a big problem, analyze it into smaller pieces again, working through that. So that's another thing. You also need to understand collaboration. You have like collaboration. Like as an analyst, you go to work in a team. So you need to understand how you do relate with that, how do you collaborate with each other. So those are some of the things that, those are some of the skills that you may need as analyst. But of course, those are not the only one. There are so many other things. Even how to relate with other people is so important, right? So those are things that are very important as a soft skill that you may want to learn. You want me to add more? I can do that if you want me. Yeah, of course, you have to be creative. You have to be creative. Creativity is very important. Other things like time management is also important. You also have to know how to manage your time, being able to manage your time properly. Of course, I do talk about visualization. Also, other things that are also important, you also want to understand is that you have to have emotional intelligence. You have to know how to when to communicate things. That's so very important. Yeah. You're on mute, I think. Yeah. You're on mute.
Sorry, I didn't know I was on mute. Now I'm asking now for Kenyans who want to join 7 for data analysis skills. Can you talk to them?
Yeah, so for us, our training, we've been around since 2021. So we have well-experienced trainers. Those who I would call them industry experts. Those who are trained well, and they've been here around for some time. They understand. So let me, even before I say this, I believe, and I've said this several times, that AI is changing the world like nothing else in the humankind, since the beginning of the humankind, like the history of humankind. Nothing has ever disrupted how we live, how we work, how we do things than AI. Now, nobody understands, even today, what will happen in the next coming years. Today, we are building AIs, which are going to build other AIs. Now, those AIs that will be built by other AIs, we don't know how they're going to be. They may be more intelligent than us, other than the AI that you are building. How they're going to interact with us is still a puzzle that nobody can tell. And that's why we are bringing in, there's so many things that people talk about regulations. So that we have to know that even if you're to build AI, you have to understand which kind of AIs are we building. Okay. So I will tell my people back home, Kenya, is that don't be left out. Right now, with the internet, you can virtually learn anything that anyone can learn anywhere. You can be competitive just like that. You can be able to solve a problem that no one can ever be able to solve. So I'm telling my people that right now, there's no time to think about procrastinating anything. It's time to take action. The best you can do right now, one thing I would give you, if you're in the steps that you can take, first assess your current situation. Look at what are the gaps that you have in your current skill sets. You can be able to set priorities and identify some of the resources that are available to you, online resources. Joining training bootcamps like 7 to be able to support you, that's good enough. Also, creating, you have to prioritize those skills and see which one do you want to take. And of course, creating the plan, work on it and give yourself. I always tell people, like, every year make it the best year of your life. And I want to challenge every Kenyan today that, Uganda, Tanzania, Africa, and right now where you are, today you can make a choice. that you want to make the rest of this 2024 the best year of your life by starting a course, joining this course, keeping yourself with the trends, joining those podcasts, joining such sessions like this to keep yourself informed, so that you're not left out.
Now, once one learns these skills, how easy is it to get jobs? Because no one wants to spend so much study skills and then they start struggling out here. How is it easy on the job market, and how do they get jobs?
No, I would say this. For me, there's a job and there's you. First, let's cross this bridge. How do you cross the bridge? By getting the skill. What you have to do, even just get the skill, you have to practice regularly. So for me, I believe that once you have the skill, you've mastered the skill, you are given opportunity in an interview, then probably there's a chance very high that you're going to get a job. And the good thing with this thing, you can work remotely. And those are things that are also changing with the invention of this cybersecurity AI and machine learning. You can work remotely. You don't have to be here. So which means you're not limiting yourself. For example, let's say you're in Africa or you're in Kenya. So you're not limiting yourself within Kenya. You expose yourself to even a global audience. That means that you can work for a company in the US, a company in Europe, or a company wherever, all over the world. So which means to increase your chances. So if your friend is only localized themselves within Nairobi or within Kenya, then you are going global. So for me, I want people to think about how do I get the bridge? I only want to talk about, okay, I want to get, the products, but you don't want to prepare yourself. So right now, prepare yourself, get ready. Okay, somewhere in the Bible, people are told to get ready. So get ready. By getting ready means you starting a course, training on something, getting more skills. That's the first thing. And I believe that with that, then there are many, I've talked about 80 million jobs will be lost, but 97 jobs will be created. So it's just you to position yourself. I'll give you an example of some of the jobs will be created. So I would want you to be talking about, will they get a job? The statistics is very clear. I've given you the stats, and now what you need to do, prepare yourself, get yourself, and work towards those jobs that are going to be available. 97 million that are going to be available in the next coming years. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know whether there is anybody in the members here who wants to ask another question. If there is someone, they can raise their hands.
Yeah, I think even Levis has just said something there. He's shared a link to encourage people to join. Yeah, so he's done something like that. So yeah, we're open to question. Anyone who has a question, please, you can ask.
Hello. I was kind of requesting if you could repeat the jobs that will be viable in the next few years and those that please.
You want me to repeat them?
Yes.
Okay. So one, cybersecurity, Internet of Things, digital marketing. Do you want me to take it slow so that you can write?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Okay. One, Internet of Things. A specialist in Internet of Things, right? That's one. Two, digital marketing. Three, AI ML. That is artificial intelligence, machine learning specialist or engineer. Number four, data analyst or scientist. The next one is information security specialist. Another one is process automation specialist. But again, I also want to check this. Just check job landscape World Economic Forum report. It gives you more options. There are about so many of them. Yeah. Okay. I hope I answered your question.
The ones you have listed are the most viable ones, right?
Yeah, but again, for example, I just talked about AI machine learning specialist. There could be an engineer. There could be a number of, like, for example, those who are doing engineering in AI. There are a number of them. So it could just be that's a general name, but there could be several engineers within that or specialists within that area.
Oh, like prompt engineers.
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
Anyone else with a question?
Yes, I have a question.
Yes.
Let's say you are in a different field. You are not in the technology field per se, and now you want to build, or you don't want to change your career path. For example, you are in operations or you are in planning, and you don't want to switch careers. You still want to remain in your line of field. How do you build? How do you remain relevant in your career path or in your passion in your field?
I think that's what most people are. So you talked about operations. So let's say you are operation specialist operation engineer or operation manager for that matter, right? So you want to add something to what you are doing to make you more competitive, to give you more options of being hired in the next line of duty or something like that. So you get into, I'll give example what we do. For example, so we do analytics training. One of the things is that we teach you, take you through the tools that helps people, we help you for analysis. I'm not sure specifically what operation person would be doing in this case, but I'm looking at them using this skill to move to operation analyst. So you may be able to use this tool to analyze or use technologies or analytical tools to do your job. Makes you more efficient and gives you a competitive edge. Now, that is one. Or you can move something close. So in operation, I'm not sure whether let's say inventory management or distribution, something like that is involved. Is that a part of what you're doing? So you want to take just a small niche of what you are doing and use technology to move towards that direction. Or you can look at something related to what you are doing, do a training on that area, and then now you use that as your main, focus. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Okay. I think somebody has a question in the chat. Okay. So he says that she's done with the certification in data analytics, but I don't know what relevant path to take in secure a job. Now, this is clear. I mean, first is that you have to be practicing regularly. You have to master the skill. So once you master the skill, then you may want to take internship just to practice. Or you may want to go through this part that I'm talking about, soft skill, soft skills training. Look at, like how you can be able to answer a question, assuming you master the skill. And then when you get to an interview, the first thing to be asked is that, for example, give us a case study of a project that you undertook and how you're able to communicate the insights. So you have to take them through that. Now, if I'm assuming that you master the skill, it will be easy for you. So first you have to prove that you have this technical skill. From when you are given data sets, so when you need to do preparation, transformation, analysis, interpretation, building of those dashboards, and then communicating the insights. If you can prove that, then you get a job. That's when you start your career. That's how you start your career.
Thank you.
Yeah, sorry. So that's how you can build your career. Another two, also you may want to get into more skills. So for example, if you studied data analytics and then you want to do programming, so you use some programming tools, Python as a building block for the machine learning algorithms, for example, and then you get that, you get more skills. So that's another way of how you can be able to, expand your territory to getting, better jobs. But I think for me, it's practicing, mastering fast, practicing regularly, and going through those soft skill and probably internship to be able to be a way of getting to the job market. Okay. Any other question?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
You said that one of the jobs that are going to be available is digital marketing.
Are going to be available?
AI.
Yes, available.
Yeah, I'm currently even studying digital marketing. So my question was, how does one who is in digital marketing use AI to like enhance their career in that field?
So let's see, what does digital marketing do? But a person who works at a digital marketer, what does he or she do? So first is marketing, right? That's the main thing. And so remember right now, I'll give example. You browse through this social media. You finish, the next thing you see is a recommendation of some things that are similar to what you're doing. That's marketing. So as a digital marketer, you may make use of these tools, learn them, create them, or understand how they're used. Okay, so that's one thing. That's how you can be able to do that. First, understand how these tools are used for recommendations. Those are, you know, the AI and machine learning tools, okay, that can be able to recommend, that can be able to give you exact, you know, algorithm matches what someone would wish to do, assuming they've shopped for one thing, or look at the behavior of someone when online. So you may not just stop at just marketing, but probably understanding how these tools work, or learning how to develop and deploy them.
Thank you.
Okay, good. Yeah, I think we have another question on the chat. How can a pharmacist enter into field? Okay. Yeah, so I believe pharmacists in the healthcare. So I've talked about healthcare informatics specialist. So right now there's this called telemedicine. As a pharmacist, you are in the field of healthcare. So I know the consultation. So as a pharmacist, you may want to probably meet client. I don't know exactly. I mean, I know a pharmacist is doing this case, but I believe a pharmacist is somebody who has clients or who delivers medicine, or I don't know. I believe so. So you may want to take advantage, and I want to challenge you to look at what telemedicine is about, so that you can be able to see what advantage can you take, advantage you can take of as somebody who is working in healthcare and as pharmacist. Alternatively, you can be, you know, pharmacist analyst. That's a career that you can have after going through our training. For example, being a data analyst, you can use that to become pharmacy analyst. Okay, I hope I answered the question. Who another question? Anyone with another question? I believe silence means no question.
Okay,
so
you can give them your final remarks.
Yes. Yeah. So thank you so much for joining us and trying to listen to us. I think these sessions are very important. They help us to be able to share knowledge with the wider audience. Most important thing is that we help people with the free knowledge, but so we also do the training. So if it comes to a point you want to get to the skill, we are more than welcome to join our training. Our trainings are done both in the US and in Kenya. So especially now, next week on Tuesday, we are starting a new class for data.
Magic.
Okay, we are starting a new class next week for data analytics class, and you're more than welcome to join our information and be able to share here. So you check go to our website. So that's www.7net.net. So you check 7net.net, then you can be able to see we have a contact number there. But if you don't mind, if you want, I can also share with you our phone number. That is +1 425 766 4431. +1 425 766 4431. You send us a WhatsApp, then we're able to get back to you and be able to guide you in our next move. So we're asking everyone who wants to join our training, please join. We got the training coming up from next week. You're on mute. Somebody just say something. Let me see. Can you send? Okay. Can you use, please? Can I use your number? Okay. Yeah. I mean, you have my number. Okay. If you have my number, then you can use my number. Someone just.
I see there is someone who says he needs your help there.
Okay, yeah. Somebody said just did my module 1 on ICT. Mark, I'm stranded. I haven't gotten a place to attachment. Could you please help? Okay, so you're looking for attachment. Attachment, yes. So I know government. With government things I need to tell you, by the way. Is that for example, we are engaging our government of Kenya, for example, to make sure that they support people like you. And next week I'm having a meeting with them. They are here, and we are going to make sure that we raise that with them so that they can be able to support our students, especially those who are looking for attachment. Attachment should be offered to you, especially for those who want to get more skills. Meanwhile, you can also send me a message through that number that I gave out, and then we can be able to see if you have someone who can be able to support you in offering or in getting attachments. Can you please repeat your number? Okay, so let me repeat the number. Okay, let me write it down here. +1 425 766 4431. So that's the number. The number is +1 425 766 4432. That's our number, so you can be able to see that. Otherwise, you can also check our website. The number is there. 78.net.
The last digit, is it 31 or 32?
31. Just say 32? 31.
Yeah, you have seen 32.
Oh, 31. 31, sorry. 425 766 4431.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. If you're done, then I think we can call it a day. And then I am thinking of hosting you next week before the join.
Yeah, no problem. I know. I'm ready.
A day to the second, you can do it on
You can do it when?
the first.
Join us every Friday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. for a captivating journey into the world of love, relationships, and romance. Presented by the dynamic trio Maggie Knox, MC Jessie, and Annie Waweru, Bed of Roses. Promises to be your weekly dose of heartwarming stories, insightful discussions, and expert advice on matters of the heart. Whether you're single, in a relationship, or simply love a good love story, this is the show for you. Don't miss out on the chance to unwind and indulge in the joys and challenges of love, all brought to you by our talented hosts. Tune into Africa 24 every Friday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. and let us guide you through the enchanting world of Bed of Roses. Subscribe.